This is our personal sketchbook cover lesson. Our objectives are use the art element shape to design and create a sketchbook cover that expresses personal symbolism and meaning. So just a quick reminder, the elements of art, they are the building blocks of art: line, color, value, shape, form, space, and texture, and we are going to be focusing on shape in this assignment. So for your sketchbook design, remember I wanted you to come up with a series of symbols that represented you. So looking at this sketchbook cover, what can you infer about the artist based on the symbols they chose to include? So spoiler alert, it is mine. So there's a dog print there because I have dogs. There's a caterpillar. Once you get to know me, you know I like butterflies. There's a shoe because I go running. There's a book. There's a roll of film. So from these symbols that I decided to include, you should be able to learn something about me. So your requirements are to use 5 or more symbols that represent you. You can use collage or magazines in your work, so if you find a picture or something that you'd like to incorporate, you can. You can include different types of line designs in the background to fill the space. The entire page should be filled with imagery, so you shouldn't have a whole lot of blank space in there. You can add color with color pencil. You must complete a front and a back. Do not just do one side. You need to do both. And then as an expert level option, you can also choose a meaningful quote to add to your cover. So your steps. You're going to use brown craft paper and you're going to sketch in your symbols in pencil first. You want to try to fill the page and vary the proportion of the symbols. So proportion is another word that means size. So you want to vary the size. You can also repeat symbols. So just because I have that banana in one spot doesn't mean I couldn't have drawn it in a different way, larger, smaller, somewhere else. So don't be afraid to repeat things that you like. And also remember again, you need 2, so you need a front and a back. So important imagery should be inside of the page. About a 1/2 inch all around is going to be folded. So you want to make sure you don't have any words or anything really important right up close to that edge. So right there is about where it gets folded. So right there I'm kind of cutting it close. So I could have put that a little bit further down. This is where it's probably more appropriate. So there's enough space around it that when I fold over the edges that it's not going to disappear. So then you're going to ink your design. So this is just using a really thin pen. But then I'm going to go back in with a wider Sharpie and add a little bit of width to make it a little bit more interesting than just one singular type of line width. So you can see here that I kind of varied the line width, and on that carrot I just did a little bit of widen that line just a little bit to also make it kind of look 3D. So you're going to add patterns and or designs in the background. So the bigger your symbols, the less patterns you're going to have to do in the background. Going back, I kind of wish I would have made my symbols a little bit bigger. Remember, fill up the space. I don't want to see any empty space. And then again, vary how bold or dark your lines are to create a more interesting look. And then you're going to go back in and add color with color pencil in certain areas. You can color the whole thing or just certain areas. It's kind of up to you. So what not to do? Remember how I just said not to put words or anything important right up against the edge? I totally did that. So make sure you don't do that, because when you fold it over, you're going to end up losing part of your design, and you don't want to lose any important parts of your design. To assemble the sketchbook, I made a little tutorial video on how to glue the cover and how to put the pages in. So once you're ready, watch that video. All the materials you need will be in class for that. And then the grading. Here is my rubric. So the first criteria is that you have at least 5 personal symbols that use simple shapes. So at least 5. That's the bare minimum. I hope you use more. The second is your composition. So the pages should be filled over 90% with your patterns, designs, and symbols. Craftsmanship. So you take 2 pictures and upload it to our LMS. The sketchbook should not have any tears. It should be neat, clean, and complete. And then last is creativity. You should have some sense of your own personal style. You should pick symbols that really represent you. I should be able to tell that this is your work. Alright, so if you have any questions in class, please ask, and I cannot wait to see what you do.